Welcome back to Bat Fridays here on One Comic Book a Day, where we're covering Detective Comics issue 60, The Case of the Costume Killers. Actually, it's not the case, it's just Case of the Costume Killers. This is a Joker story, so usually pretty interesting in the early Golden Age. I mean, Joker stories are generally pretty strong stories, but he's been particularly strong compared to the rest of the recurring villains, which is mainly him, Dr. Death, though he's not going to return for a while, and the Penguin. Oh, Catwoman too. Catwoman is here, and Clayface appeared once, though very different Clayface. And that's all I can think of right now, but there's probably more. This is actually one of the first stories that feels like a Batman story, like a legitimate Cape Crusader Batman story, not just a detective story that Batman is in, like what you would stereotypically create a Batman story to be, especially in the 60s. Not as far as the 60s Adam West show, but kind of like the animated series that was around that time that would eventually appear in Scooby-Doo. That Batman. This could legitimately be one of those episodes. It also features possibly the first ever appearance of the Bat Signal. The only reason this might not be the first is this probably came out the same month as Batman issue 9. And I'm not sure if this or Batman came out. They probably came out on different weeks, possibly the same day. But this is definitely the first appearance going in this order that the Bat Signal has shown up. And even the Batmobile, which has kind of existed, they refer to the red car he had at the beginning as the Batmobile at one point, is very Batmobile-ish to it, looking like some sort of armored tank that could possibly go underwater. It has a very Jules Verne design to it. So a bunch of men are going around dressed up as certain jobs like police, firemen, and committing crimes pretending to be these people. So they get called like the Costume Killers, even though they also still like police cars and fire trucks to be able to pull these things off. And it turns out the Joker is leading them, though I don't feel like the Joker fits with the crime here, as even if he dresses up like a policeman, fireman, or a post office worker, a postman, he still looks like a clown. You think that would be a dead giveaway of this whole enterprise. But he's managed to get away from Batman one time using coins to throw out so kids would get in the way of the Batmobile, which is mentioned to have like indestructible tires. So this is actually the first time the Batmobile even sounds like it's something far more than a car. It looks like far more than a car. But the Joker eventually goes after Diamond, because it always comes down to diamonds in the Golden Age, like a big diamond. The last Joker story I read came down to a big diamond, which was fake, and Batman just tricked him. This one's real. So there's a fight on a boat where Robin gets thrown into the deep and Batman is captured and left on a death trap. Of course, they just leave him there and he falls into the water and uses the propeller of the boat to cut himself out. And then they confront the Joker as they're all dressed up at some sort of like weird museum where they all just beat up on each other, and there's an unfortunate joke about an indigenous costume guy. Yeah, there's a lot of them making puns and cracking wise, which is why this feels more like a Batman story for the Cape Crusader era. That's what I'm going to call like Golden and Silver Age Batman. You could possibly throw Bronze Age Batman there, but he's starting to become, that's like a transition period between that and the Dark Avenger, which is more of the 80s once Frank Miller shows up. So all in all, I kind of like this story. It's not like a strong story. It's not like my preferred Batman stories, but it does feel like a Batman story. Okay, that is it from Detective Comics 60, Case of the Costume Killers. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get notifications when a new video is up. I do this Monday through Friday, but Fridays is Bat Friday, which we're doing right now. Usually I cover a Superman story in either Action Comics or Superman. And please join us next week. Same Bat day, same comic book channel. Have a great day.